True.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Kazoo here for WKAZOO, broadcasting you this Sunday morning to our fellow Americans here and our good neighbors up in Canada. Well, we are very accurate, the most accurate forecaster there are. We've called it more right than forecasters have done in the last 20 to 30 years. And we're looking at something here. This was taken Friday night for real, people. This happened in west central Pennsylvania at a power plant. We had three vivid strikes of lightning. Okay, it struck these towers, these I guess pillars that come up out of the ground from these stacks, these smoke stacks, at these power plants. Now, three of them. You get a positive, negative energy, plus I believe you have a third type of energy conversion out of the atmosphere too, all converging together into one. This was a very dangerous situation. And this shows you that we understand people actually got hurt here. Some may have even gotten some type of electrical shock off of this. If it struck these smokestacks, lightning like this is vivid. It shows you this year lightning is a lot stronger than what it was previous years. And lightning is going to be a lot more dangerous this year in all the storms. Each and every one of them than what it usually is. Your strikes could be more dangerous this year on everything. Okay, this is nothing to play with. This is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous situation there. Luckily, it hit the smokestacks instead of making a direct hit down on maybe the power plant itself. And it probably would have been a lot more worse situation scenario than what it was. We are having another warm and cold front coming through today. There's going to be some thunderstorms and showers in the state of Pennsylvania and the south and West Virginia, moving to Ohio and places like that today. Pretty decent week coming up, some storms, but yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot this year. The storms are going to be a lot worse. You know, they're going to be at the tornado alley. You're taking right there. That's there showing that situation. But, yeah, late this afternoon there's going to be some showers breaking loose. There's a chance of that and some storms. But mostly is going to the south, though. But this week, later on in Tuesday, you'll see some rain, some storms around in the state of Pennsylvania. It's going to be doing that. The week looks pretty decent, though. Although, when you get in these lower states here, and you take this severe weather being forecasted, it's going to be very dangerous this year. Your tornadoes are going to be very high. Tornadoes are going to be a lot more dangerous this year. The lightning's going to be a lot more dangerous this year. And we're looking for that a lot this year. We're looking for a hot summer this year. We're going to be where there are storms, it's going to be very dangerous. Looking for a couple earthquakes this year. To boot, hurricane season is going to be very wicked on the west coast and the east coast. So we got both coasts to look at this year in hurricane season this year.
Dr. Kazoo.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
Are you allowed questions at this time? People from Canada have questions. Can you answer them? And
I'll try to.
Yeah. How many tornadoes do you think will hit Canada this year?
How many do I actually think? I don't want to get into numbers. You know, like in previous years, all these forecasters, even myself. I remember, like the one year we were forecasting how many hurricanes that were going to hit the United States. I hit it right on the money, believe it or not. But I don't want to get into that. I could tell you 7 are going to hit. And if 9 hit them wrong, you know, just whatever they see.
Here's the question: will there be tornadoes in Canada?
I actually believe there's going to be this year.
Will there be tornadoes hitting America this year?
Oh, most definitely, a lot of them. You know, but they're going to be dangerous. I even look for the tornadoes to be even a lot more, especially down south in Tornado Alley, and they're going to be a lot more dangerous, a lot more wicked. I look for some wind speeds up. They already had 170 mile an hour wind speed this year. I'm looking for it up at around 200 miles an hour. I'm also looking. You're going to see places out in Illinois, Ohio. You get up around Michigan, you're going to see in New York. There's going to be a lot of Pennsylvania. There's going to be a lot of places seeing tornadoes that you haven't seen before. You know, and lightning strikes. Even in the heavy thunderstorm where the tornadoes aren't developing. There could be a lot of hail and damaging wind this year out of these storms.
Now, up here in Alaska, right here is Alaska.
Uh-huh.
Come over here. Put your finger. I can't do this. Or put your finger.
Alaska.
Now there. Right. That's
okay.
Go ahead. Now that's Alaska, right?
Right.
Okay. Now they're in Alaska, right there on the map, where you're pointing to. Is
well, what happened? Alaska hit that Siberian frontal boundary real bad this year. And nothing's affecting the weather. Was very dangerous this year with the weather in the whole United States, Alaska, Canada, probably anywhere on this planet. We have a very huge rip in the magnetic field, which is changing the magnetic induction and everything. And all these CMEs that have been exploding up in space around the sun have been knocking holes through the magnetic field on the planet here. It's going to that's why you're getting the weather you are, and the weather's going to get a lot worse. It's going to get, forecasters now are having a heck of a time forecasting. And half the time they're even accurate. And anymore they're getting on TV and saying, well, we'll have a 30% chance of getting it this day, and maybe 20% this day. The day after that, 40%. Well, either it's going to rain or snow or storm, or it's not, What, a 20% chance? That's all they tell you anymore. And a lot of them now, they change their forecast from lunchtime to the supper time because it's getting their computers aren't going to be able to forecast the weather. They're not going to give these forecasters an accurate reading, and that's basically what a lot of them do anyway. They read off what a computer tells them anyway, that are set up in space and the dishes up there. But the main thing is a lot of stuff. We told you last summer it happened. It actually happened for real. There were a lot of explosions of CMEs, all these flares, asteroids, and all this stuff exploding up around the sun. And then in the atmosphere, and he said, oh, no, don't ever affect our weather. When that dish hit the Pacific Ocean, right after that dish hit the Pacific Ocean last year, too, the California started getting a pounding in weather. The whole Oregon, the whole western part did. But with these CMAs and the sun flares and everything has been really hitting lately, nobody ever expected the rip into the magnetic field around the Earth. There's a huge rip, and it's going to play havoc on the weather now.
Sir, question number 2 comes in from our friends who live on the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
There have been many smoke and steam plumes coming out of the Earth along the Madron Fault. Take your finger, sir. Can you please point here? Sir, finger, please.
No, I'm not pointing my finger.
All right. Over there in the Mississippi River,
okay.
The Mississippi River comes out of the Lake Erie, right? Okay. Yeah. Comes out of Lake Erie, and it goes down past Pennsylvania, down to New Orleans, right?
Not through Pennsylvania, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why would there be steam coming out of the Earth? Is this maybe forest fires that they think they're seeing, or do you really believe it could be steam coming from inner Earth, like people were claiming?
Steam from inner Earth. We could actually be doing that now.
When was the last time the Madron Fault broke and re-altered the Mississippi River? Do you remember?
Not really. It was years ago. But the thing is now, with steam and stuff coming out of the Earth, could be a sign for there's going to be earthquakes this year. I'd say. We're in for them. We're in for a lot, And you can't really give a number in tornadoes. You can't really give a number in hurricanes. You can't really hit a number.
Well, the question is, a lot of networks have already claimed.
They always claim
5 major hurricanes will hit the coast of America.
Well, good for them
this year. Good for them.
Good for them, because if 4 hit, they're wrong. If 6 hit, they're wrong. But either way, whatever hits, it's going to be very dangerous. They're going to be a lot more dangerous this year. I look for them on the West Coast and the East Coast this year. But the thing is, the way the magnetics.
Okay, another question comes in. Sir, I live in Canada. On the west coast of Canada.
Yeah.
Now, the Sahara dust being whipped up out of Africa.
Africa into Canada.
They say...
I think you got the wrong...
Sir.
Okay.
The Sahara dust blows westward across the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
Where do you think it ends up at?
All right, Canada. So what's the question?
Will that dust affect our weather?
Why wouldn't it?
How will it affect the weather?
You know what? Seriously. I'm not... the dust... Sand will. It gets in with the ocean and plays in with the water and into the atmosphere. Yeah. You're cold and hot. Combining, your moisture, your pressures.
The bigger question today is all the junk floating from Japan in the ocean headed towards the Americas and Canada.
Well, I'm not asking that question like that, because you're not going to get me in a scenario where you're going to try to blame junk coming from a country for the weather. No, No, you find somebody else to do all your answers to your questions you people have. Seriously. I don't get paid for this, really. I was the most accurate one there was. I'm the one that forecasted the winters. Frankie up in Canada, he and I are the only two that are accurate of all the forecasters out there. And that is truth on that. There is truth. We were the only two. We warned the people. We told everybody the weather was going to start changing. Nobody believed it. We'll see. It happened.
Frankie did say there will be a lot of earthquakes because of 2012 this year.
Yeah.
And because of the planets and the sun. Now, what's with the planets? What's all that about?
The planets lining up, yeah. Especially if it does in December. I think it's going to start in June. It started a little bit in January, the planets lining up, but it's going to be this summer and towards December. And yeah, there's going to be earthquakes, But I'm not going to say there's going to be 3, there's going to be 5, there's going to be this amount and that, because they could come like tornadoes, if they wanted to. You could have one a day, really. And we looked at the scales, we seen how many earthquakes were really hitting. It's unbelievable. So it's going to be massive. There are changes in the atmosphere, Well, we warned you. We told people a long time ago. Nobody listened, so there's nothing really I can do.
One last question. What? A lot of people want to do storm chasing in Pennsylvania and New York. What are your recommendations for these green knee people that come out to chase storms?
I wouldn't chase them in Pennsylvania. Yeah, we get an area like Westmoreland and Pittsburgh. They get tornadoes and stuff, yeah. And down the eastern part of the state. You come here in the winter, if you get snow in the winter here, the mountains here have a lot of snow in them. But if you really want to chase like tornadoes and stuff, you like really chase, you go into places like Tornado Alley, places like that, where they do it, where those guys do it now. They do come into Pennsylvania, but it's not like a constant thing like you do other states where you get a lot of the weather. Because granted you do. Some parts of western Pennsylvania, Erie, they can get tornadoes like northern part of the state, in there, the western part, and then the eastern part, but it's not really.
A question just came in, sir. If a tornado is on land in Lake Erie, and it goes out into the lake from Erie, and it sucks up the water, becoming a massive water spout.
It could do that.
Could that water spout then go back on land and devastate the area that it hits?
Well, that's common sense. It most certainly would do that.
So in essence, it is true, by your opinion, that a water spout could be a Category 4 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Picking all that water off of Lake Erie, all that moisture, and the other lakes Lake Erie's in with, yeah, most definitely. That could happen.
You want to sign out now?
Might as well. Dr. Kazoo, wishing you all a happy weather day. Sorry we're not, we're in a good mood, I guess. Have a happy weather day.
If you have questions for Dr. Kazoo, feel free to contact him
Not me.
on his website.
Not my website.
Contact him on his website,